realms of wisdom. A season of pride, a season of knowledge sharing and exchange, a season of cultural enrichment, and this is the season of INCOFYRA. And just not that, we are here overwhelmed with the joy, at the same time humbled with the milestones achieved, as it is the 25th INCOFYRA, the silver jubilee of a long journey to quench the knowledge thirst. Let us give us a big round of applause to the S-VYASA team for having this run for 25 long years. A happy and healthy new year to the dignitaries and the enthusiastic participants of INCOFYRA 2024. And with this, the presence of the esteemed guests for today is indeed gems added on the crown of S-VYASA, a red carpet welcome through words, and that too from a person who has been the catalyst in all the endeavors of S-VYASA is going to be all the more pleasant. I welcome Dr. B.R. Ramakrishna, our Vice Chancellor, who through his wide knowledge and exemplary leadership skills always inspires, guides, and drives us to the next level of progress. I welcome you, sir.
Gurubhyo namaha harihi om. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Asmad Acharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Good evening to all and greetings to everyone. As we embark on the journey of the brand new year, I would like to extend my warmest wishes for a joyful and prosperous New Year 2024. It gives me an immense pleasure to invite all of you on this occasion of the inaugural program of 25th International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and its Applications, that is INCOFYRA, which is being held from today, 3rd of January to 6th, 2024. This prestigious event will be centered around the theme of integrative sports medicine and rehabilitation. Sports medicine is a new field of medicine setting up which needs an integrative approach. Today, in this conference, deliberations will be made how we can integrate different systems of medicine in order to make sports a viable phenomena and entity in the days to come. For this function, I am delighted to extend my warmest welcome to Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe-ji, Honorable President of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, former member of Rajya Sabha representing the state of Maharashtra from 5th July to 2016-2022. He hails from Nasik, Maharashtra, from a middle-class family with a deep-rooted passion for nationalism. He dedicates himself to all social works. Additionally, he has been a diligent student of political science, constantly researching and expanding his knowledge. He also has served as National Vice President of Bharatiya Janata Party from 2014 to 2020. He is popularly known as profound political scholar and an occasional columnist. Let us give a big applause. He is the Vice Chairman of Rambahu Mahalgi Prabodhini, a research and training academy for elected representatives and social activists. He has also served as the Chairman of Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth and Sports. He is regarded as one of the foremost intellectuals from BJP and Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Professionally, he excels as a democracy trainer, imparting valuable insights of many youngsters. Furthermore, his previous experience as a parliamentarian has elevated his understanding of governance and policy making. He served as the Vice President of the Asiatic Society of Mumbai, an esteemed organization with a rich history of more than 208 years. He has contributed to the literary world by authoring and editing several books in Marathi and English and also Hindi, which have been recognized with notable awards. He has brought innovative transformations in Indian Council of Cultural Relations, which has a significant role to play in spreading cultural values of Bharat Mata. Once again, I wholeheartedly extend my heartfelt welcome to Adaraniya Vinaya Sahasrabuddheji. And again, I request our Chancellor, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, to greet him. Thank you, Sahasrabuddheji, for your presence today. We are fortunate to have such a knowledgeable person for this occasion. I am pleased to extend warm welcome in his absentia, Shri B. Nagendra, Honorable Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Tribal Welfare, Government of Karnataka. Due to unavoidable circumstances, he is not able to reach on time. But in his absence, I again host him a good welcome for him. I am delighted to extend my warmest welcome to Dr. Ganeshan Kannabhiraman ji, Director NAC, Bangalore. He is an esteemed alumni and senior professor of information systems at the National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. He has established himself as a highly accomplished individual with a career spanning over 30 years. He has made substantial contributions in the areas of teaching, research, and administration. Sir, it is our privilege. I extend my cordial welcome to you, sir, for this occasion. I am delighted to welcome Sri Srinivasa Murthy, who is the fittest person for today's occasion, Indian basketball coach, an individual who is both an engineer in profession and a coach by passion. Commencing his coaching journey in 1984, his under-14 team emerged victorious in the state championship in every next year. Over the course of 3 decades, his team remained unbeatable in various age groups, earning medals for the state of national championships. Sir, it is our privilege you are here today. I extend a warm welcome to Erkin Beck, the founder president of All Here organization based in Switzerland. He has contributed for a fully endorsed the art of science of meditation. His profound admiration for advanced meditation techniques and merging the yogic practices with intellectual framework of Yoga Sutras has left an indelible mark on him. Sir, I extend cordial welcome to you. I am pleased to welcome Mrs. Alyssa Worstrel, Executive Director, International Association of Yoga Therapy. She had served as an Executive Director of a national organization with a mission to advance integrative healthcare initiatives. Thank you, madam, for your presence. I extend warm welcome to Sri Chandu Bordeji, former Indian cricketer. His involvement in cricket extends beyond his time as a player, as he has also made significant contribution as an administrator. In recognition of his immense dedication and achievements, he has been honored with esteemed awards such as Arjuna Award, Padma Shri, and Padma Bhushan. Sir, we are blessed by your presence today. I extend cordial welcome to you, sir. I am pleased to welcome our most respected Guruji, Padma Shri, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, Chancellor of S-VYASA University, who is an embodiment of the science of yoga and its research. He has transformed many teachers, researchers, and student community of yoga during his mission of making yoga a socially relevant science for health, happiness, and harmony throughout the world. I wholeheartedly prostrate at his holy feet and extend cordial welcome to you, Guruji. Finally, it is my privilege to extend my warm greetings and welcome Dr. R. Nagaratna, Medical Director, Arogyadhama, whom we admire as the goddess of our campus, Raghuramji, Professor K. Subramaniam, Advisor to the Chancellor, Acharya Ramachandra Bhattji, former Vice Chancellor, my colleagues, international and national speakers and delegates. We have Dr. Srinath, President Vayu, Professor M.K. Sridhar. We have Acharya ji from Delhi, Amit Singh, Dr. Vasudha Manjunath, and we have people from Yogi Kids America, all dignitaries, if you left anyone, and delegates of today's conference, students and all the stakeholders of conference, I extend cordial welcome. Thank you. Namaskar. Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for that warm welcome. We welcome you also, sir, for this August occasion, because you're the momentum for this show to be going on. We welcome wholeheartedly from the team S-VYASA. Now we have the address by the guest of one of guest of honor for today, Mr. Srinivasa Murthy, who is the Indian basketball coach. But before we have him speak to us, we will have a small video played about his achievements and contributions and how he's made himself an asset to our country. Let us have a look at these AV played.
Mr. Srinivasa Murthy, Indian basketball coach. Mr. Srinivasa Murthy, an Indian basketball coach, has made remarkable strides in the sport. With extensive experience, he is known for pioneering training methods that have uplifted the game's status in India. Murthy's coaching prowess led to numerous national and international victories, fostering a new generation of talented players. His strategic vision and dedication have significantly elevated India's presence in the global basketball arenas. Murthy's relentless commitment to developing and nurturing young talent has left an indelible mark on Indian basketball, reshaping its landscape and inspiring future generations of athletes. We welcome you, sir, for our 25th INCOFYRA.
We welcome you, sir, to address the gathering.
Pranam to thy lotus feet. Respectful personalities on the dais, and my respects to all the divine personals in the auditorium. I thank for welcoming me to this occasion. I should actually thank Rajesh, who bringing me in contact with Dr. Vasudha Sharma here, which made all this to happen. And I'm really very pleased to be here among all of you. As a coach, when we started very young, it was all that we saw the improvement what we could do was to strengthen the core aspects of the body. So the three main core aspects of the body is calf muscle, glutes, and chest. If these are strong, then we could achieve the required game strength for the players. We adopted yogasana also in these aspects, like Vajrasana helped in strengthening the calf. Pranayama and yogasana helped in glutes and the chest. Later on, once your hamstring and your back strength is perfect, then a player is will not have more injuries. And as earlier days, and even in my playing days, I think we have played more on foot and barefoot, and we never used shoes. But of late, after seeing in the Indian camp, after 2 years of rigorous training, we are seeing a lot of meniscus tear and ACL tear happening. And I think with the new methodology, what we are bringing, you are trying to bring in with sports rehabilitation, these are the very required aspects which you can look forward for helping the sports personnel to improve their strength or strengthen their ACLs and meniscus in the knee. So I'm really happy being here, and with my small words and what you can give back to sports is really nice. It will be a big help for all the future sports persons to grow in without injuries in their career of sports. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those insights. For the first time, conference participants, it's full of awaiting surprises. For the regular participants, it's a curiosity of what this time. Let's unravel this mystery. And for this task, we have with us Dr. N.K. Manjunath Sharma, our Pro Vice Chancellor and Director of Research, and of course, a well-known figure to most of us and most of you all. He's the most looked upon invited speaker for conferences both nationally and globally. And he's one of the eminent scientists who has contributed significantly to define, redefine, establish, and re-establish yoga as a science. Not just yoga, but also integrative medicine. I welcome you, sir, to ignite us with the theme and the highlights of INCOFYRA 2024.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chief Guest and all the dignitaries on the dais. Particularly for me, it's a dream come true. We have waited for long to bring this theme, sports medicine and rehabilitation, particularly bringing the integrative perspectives of sports medicine as the theme of the conference, particularly INCOFYRA. Thanks to Guruji, who believed that this is the time to promote sports medicine through integrated approach with yoga as the main backbone. There were lots of activities done before this. The whole journey started a couple of months back when Honorable Sports Minister Anurag Thakurji, who made an announcement that S-VYASA is coming up with one of the state-of-the-art integrative sports medicine and rehabilitation center at S-VYASA. So we were thinking, when we decided to have this conference, there can be one such theme which can fit the best is the integrative medicine and rehabilitation. Hence, we have chosen this theme. As you all know, many of you keep visiting S-VYASA for this conference, which we hold once in 2 years. Last year, we had integrative medicine for COVID management. Much earlier, we had series of conferences focusing on various dimensions of non-communicable diseases, mental health, cancer, etc., with a focus on yoga therapy and lifestyle modifications. In this conference, there is one more speciality that we are celebrating our Silver Jubilee. This is the 25th International Conference on Frontiers in Yoga Research and Applications. Let us give us a big round of applause and thank Guruji for bringing this whole concept of bringing the science behind yoga to the world through these conferences. INCOFYRA has always been preceded by wide range of pre-conference activities. Even in this conference, today we are all here for the main conference inauguration. Last 1 week, we had a number of activities, out of which 4 of them I am going to mention here. We have a tradition of running continued medical education programs, and I'm very happy to announce and bring it to your notice, for the first time, yoga-based integrative medicine, traditional and most important is bringing allopathy into the same domain. we have got 6 credits as CME credits, though it is a yoga-based program. Many MBBS doctors and many other, including Ayush doctors, participated in this, thanks to our collaborator, Devaraja's Medical College, and their whole team who have made this as a possibility to run a CME here. We also had a continued yoga education program. Guruji always used to say that, yes, people learn yoga, they do either a 1-month program, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 6 years. After going back, what is next? So like for doctors, we have CMEs. Guruji said we should run CYEs, continued yoga education programs. So that's how we have the 5 days of yoga education program, upgrading and updating the knowledge of many yoga teachers and yoga professionals. The third one is continued research education, where we conduct research methodology workshops, primarily focusing on integrative medicine. And we also had, looking at the theme of the conference, a special workshop on integrative sports medicine and rehabilitation itself, bringing Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathic medicine, physiotherapy, and of course, acupuncture together, and it was a hands-on workshop. This upcoming conference, we will have multiple sessions showcasing the potential of integrating conventional, complementary, as well as traditional medicine for sports medicine and rehabilitation. We have 9 keynote talks. The day is spread something like this. We will have a plenary session followed by parallel symposia. So plenary talks will be there in the morning between 9 to 11. So we have around 9 plenary talks, 27 symposia talks, and 2 roundtable discussions. One roundtable focusing on the technology and aspects related to sports medicine, where experts are going to talk on sports medicine and rehab. Another roundtable on policy makers meet, where we are going to have people coming from various aspects and as stakeholders into this. We will also have multiple sessions, as I mentioned. Altogether, we have around 55 eminent national and international speakers. They are going to present their work. They are going to bring the summary of lots of their experience onto the board. Some of them to mention here who are going to make the keynote as well as other sessions include Professor Mark King from Loughborough University. Welcome to you, sir. We have Professor Chiko Kato from Japan. Welcome to you, madam. We also have Professor Diego. Diego will be joining us. Unfortunately, due to visa-related issues, his flight was to be moved 2 days. Otherwise, he was supposed to come here and conduct a workshop, but we will have Diego tomorrow. He will also be there. Diego is also the CEO and scientific director and also the Science Society International head coming from United States of America. At the national level, we have fair representation of speakers from key sports institutions across the country, like Sports Authority of India, YMCA College of Physical Education, National Sports University, Tamil Nadu, Physical Education and Sports University, as well as Netaji Subhash Institute of Sports. This is not limited to these institutions. We have multiple institutions. I was just listing the numbers. It amounts to around 38 institutions participating in this conference, and we have representation speakers from 38 institutions. The scientific sessions will commence with the keynote, as I mentioned. All these renowned international as well as national speakers, they are going to cover trending topics such as integrating sports performance and injury prevention from a biomechanics perspective on one side, advances in sports nutrition and dietary strategies, allostatic load in sports, and physical exercise, prevention and treatment of sports injuries, as well as promoting optimal performance of sports personnel. Few of the keynotes will specifically address the role of yoga therapy with its integration with the data science to augment sports medicine and other treatment, including artificial intelligence. There will be further in-depth deliberations spread across these 27 parallel symposia talks, wherein speakers from diverse streams such as physiotherapy, nutrition, biomechanics, traditional medicine, etc., including traditional Chinese medicine, are going to share their experiences and insights over different aspects of sports medicine and rehabilitation. Another highlight of the present INCOFYRA is the roundtable discussions, as I mentioned, on the topics that cover aspects of challenges in integrative rehabilitation and policy making in integrative sports medicine involving critical national and international experts in sports and healthcare fraternity. The poster and oral sessions of INCOFYRA have also been a robust platform for disseminating research findings by scholars and as well as upcoming scientists and researchers. You will be surprised to hear that we have received around 280 posters and we have selected around 140 posters for poster presentation, and the best poster will be awarded as the best poster of INCOFYRA for this year. Similarly, in the oral presentation, we just announced that there will be oral prize paper session. To our surprise, we got the papers from professors of AIMS, professors from PGI Chandigarh, professors from NIMHANS, etc. Then we thought that it will be too kind of a mixing two fresh scientists as well as these professors. So we were forced to create one more oral presentation session. So we have now, there is an expert's oral paper presentation as well as researchers' oral paper presentation in this conference. This conference, we also has brought various yoga institutions, associations across the world together, including the International Association of Yoga Therapists. We have the representation here as well as the two executives sitting in front here. We have the Asia Pacific Yoga Therapy Association. We have the representation. Of course, Guruji himself is the chairman of this Asia Pacific Yoga Therapy Association, but the president is from Japan, and we have the representation in the form of the secretary from Singapore, Mr. Manoj Thakur. We also have Vayu Vivekananda Yoga University, the first ever yoga university outside India, represented by its founding president, Dr. Srinath, who is here gracing the occasion with us. We also have so many other institutions, representation from naturopathy colleges, Ayurveda institutions, research organizations, as well as a good number of them coming from universities, including central universities. Besides scientific and clinical, various disseminative practices we are going to have during this time, INCOFYRA has been a festival of spirituality on one side, culture and devotion on the other side. Every morning we have homas and havans to sanctify and enrich our souls. In the evenings we have satsang by yoga masters and spiritual leaders to spread spiritual harmony. We have already enjoyed the vibrant cultural programs in the last 5 days, and you are going to witness amazing cultural programs in the evenings next 4 days, next 3 days. Today, we are blessed to have none other than the son of the great Hariprasad Chaurasia ji, Rakesh Chaurasia, who is going to give us a wonderful musical concert immediately after this program. And this will also be supported by Pandit Satyajit Talwalkar ji in tabla, and I am sure each one of you are going to enjoy. You will also have wonderful cultural programs from the students of S-VYASA as well as Sushruta Ayurveda Medical College, who are going to entertain you with their talent in the next coming days. Nonetheless, to say, we also welcome our all the speakers, because of whom we are proudly celebrating this conference as a mega event. And without your participation, we wouldn't have demonstrated that there is so much of work already done in the field of yoga, integrative medicine, as well as sports medicine and rehabilitation. Though speakers are important, uh, we also need the delegates as audience to listen to all these experts. We have in big number, Honorable Chief Guest, we have little over 1,200 people participating as delegates in this conference, representing various states, various institutions, India, and multiple other countries. We also have representation from Middle East, Kuwait, Bahrain, and many other countries across Asia, UK, and of course, United States of America. We heartfully thank the Central Council for Research in Yoga and Naturopathy and all India Council for Technical Education, Government of India, for the financial support which has made the whole journey very comfortable, and we are successfully conducting this program. We also thank the Institute co-organizers, the Sports Authority of India, Vijay Bharat Sports Academy. We have a representation from Vijay Bharat Sports Academy. They are very well known for high performance in sports as well as rehabilitation. Thanks for the whole team to be here supporting this whole activity of S-VYASA's INCOFYRA. And United Consciousness, Mr. Tomar and group, Vikrant Tomar and group, who have been supporting us all through. He was here during the pre-conference workshops, and they are our partners. We are grateful to each one of these institutions who have supported us to make this happen. We have two major events today. One is the launch of what you see to your right, the World Meditation League. Many will be thinking what it is, and you will see it soon, because the first teaser of this is going to come out and we are going to launch it. And another is the release and the launch of yoga kits. So because this is a project which was taken to America first, and that has been on demand brought to India. So we are also going to have these two launches, which are going to be a great outreach activities for S-VYASA University. So with this, I am very confident that each one of you are going to have wonderful time here next 3 days, and feel at home. At any stage, anything needed, our volunteers are all around, and we want to give you a great experience, and we are here to network with each one of you. We are here to create collaborations and make this message reach the world in the most positive way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. This novelty, this global collaboration, and the amalgamation of intellectual, cultural, spiritual, and traditional component is what makes INCOFYRA the most seeked upon conference for all health professionals. So you have kindled the enthusiasm to participate in the 25th INCOFYRA. At the same time, making us finger crossed, waiting the curiosity for the 26th INCOFYRA. So now we have with us an enthusiastic person, a very inspiring guest for us today, as he believes that meditation, science and technology and innovation can be the mantra to transform the world for the better. I am introducing Mr. Erkin Beck, the founder president of All Here, Geneva, Switzerland, with a small AV.
Mr. Erken Beck, Founder President, all here from Geneva, Switzerland. Erken Beck, the founder president of All Here Switzerland, is a driving force behind advocating for human rights and equality. His leadership within the organization has propelled initiatives fostering inclusivity and support for marginalized communities. Beck's dedication to the championing the rights of minorities, refugees, and underrepresented groups has been instrumental in raising awareness and enacting positive change. Through strategic advocacy and collaborative efforts, he has worked to create a more equitable society in Switzerland, amplifying the voices of those often unheard. Beck's commitment to humanitarian causes has positioned All Here Switzerland as a catalyst for social progress and justice within the country. Mr. Erken Beck has done wonderful research on quantum leap while you sleep meditation, videos of which are famously acknowledged on YouTube in the name of Make Him Beck. We welcome you, sir, for our 25th INCOFYRA.
It's a pleasure for us to have you here. Adding on to this, Mr. Beck is also a very good artist. He's penned a short poem book named All Here, and also he's a lover and player of the bansuri, the Indian bamboo flute. I welcome Mr. Erken Beck to give an introduction to the World Meditation League.
Apologies, there was some mistake with the video, those who have prepared. So the introduction doesn't belong to Mr. Erken Beck. So anyway, he will be giving his speech and then followed by the launch of the video. Also at the same time, apologies, Srinivas Murthy ji, there was some error even in your case. Apologies for that.
Well, a small hiccup, it happens. I'll present myself briefly. I think it was incorrectly presented, biography of me. I'm Erken Beck. I'm the founder and president of the All Here organization. It's a meditation organization centric on the research of advanced meditation practice and peak meditative experiences. We have done some incredible collaborations with S-VYASA here in Bangalore. We started to form a consortium. We've launched a collaboration in Switzerland with Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, who are also watching us today remotely. There's a special occasion today, and we'd like to perhaps we could start with presenting. We made a short film about what I'm going to speak today. Would it be possible, Manjunath-ji, would it be possible to maybe trigger the video?
So we will have the video launched by our chief guest for today with the mouse click so that the World Meditation League video is on.
You were born with it. It's always been inside of you. Find your true self. Different paths, but all leading to the same truth and connecting us to the infinite expanse of the universe. You are now on a course, turning your inward journey into something bigger than yourself. In the heart of Switzerland's World Meditation Lab, we are on a mission to track the impact of meditation through science and data. We are mapping journeys, uncovering profound truths that elevate human experiences to new heights. We now invite practitioners and scientists from all over the world to join us at the World Meditation League, where champions will emerge. Join us on the world's grand stage for meditators, where we explore the diversity of meditation, one journey at a time.
Thank you. That was a small introduction of what we plan to do. Well, let us take a moment to reflect on how we have come here today, on this wonderful journey that brought us to this moment. Have you ever sensed that you have this incredible treasure within you? Something that surpasses the significance of going to work, being productive. As we step into this new year, I want to share a revelation with you. It's the untapped inner potential. That's probably why we're here today. Imagine yourself in nature, surrounded by the beauty of existence. I've spent a lot of such moments in the beautiful nature surroundings, immersing, meditating, and oftentimes I found myself that I was starting to contemplate on the prospect of going to an office and have to perform some tasks of productivity, almost like machine kind of repetitive kind of tasks, things that you don't enjoy to do. And yet, I recognize that this forest moment, this deep self-immersion, these are the most valuable moments of life as a human being. It became clear to me then that this should become a mainstream human occupation. I realize that this deserves to become a mainstream profession, probably the most precious asset that we have, something that defines our existence. Well, fortunately, thanks to our ancestors, they left us a marvelous gift: meditation. A practice that allows us to immerse deeply within ourselves, to learn about ourselves. And so we started this unique collaboration. Our meditation-centric organization, All Here, launched a unique collaboration with the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, EPFL, and as well as S-VYASA University, to immerse ourselves in the study of the science of advanced meditation practice, peak meditative experiences. And it led us to a quest, the quest to detect and to benchmark some of these incredible benefits of the meditative practice. And that subsequently led to the formation of the World Meditation League. The World Meditation League, it's a pioneering movement to professionalize meditation as a mainstream occupation, and where we can celebrate our and make it, bring it to the global audiences. So in the World Meditation League, we aspire to, the way we want to do it, we want to identify the best meditation styles. We want to unify meditators and scientists. So we need you, because together we can popularize the benefits of meditation to global audiences. And we can establish a lucrative profession of being a meditator. And by creating this profession, we can celebrate what it means to be human. The World Meditation League. We envision that World Meditation League is likely to emerge into a futuristic platform where we can see an exchange of subtle human experiences deeply connected with science, a sort of futuristic sport, a sport of minds, meditation games. But you can imagine, to excel in this kind of profession, you really have to be deeply immersed in the practice. So even though meditation and sport do not necessarily seem to be obviously connecting, but we want to bring it to the masses, to popularize it in such a fashion that, and to reward achieving heights in the practice. But imagine, how do you excel in meditation? It's an athlete-like. You dedicate a lot of regular time. You have to spend time in meditation sessions, a lot of time in study. You have to do some exercise. You have to immerse yourself in nature. you actually on average spend a very comparable amount of time to an athlete. So why should it not be a mainstream occupation as well? So our vision, together with our partners, is to launch a new era of professionalizing meditation as a mainstream occupation, and really celebrate the essence of being human. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Erkinbeck. It was really so poised, and we understood you're living by example and taking us to the level of human as well. It was amazing. Now we will also have the launch of the brochure of World Meditation League, released by the chief guest and displayed by all our guests on the dais. I request Mr. Erkinbeck also to join the dignitaries in displaying the brochure of World Meditation League, and S-VYASA is very proud to be partnering it. Thank you, dignitaries. It's a moment of pride for World Meditation League as well as S-VYASA. Now we have with us our another guest of honor, Dr. Ganeshan Kannapiran, the director, NAC. With decades of experience as various roles, director, dean of research and consultancy, founder director of CEDI, HOD at NIT Trichy, the first director of IIIT Sri City, Chittoor. He is the current director of NAC. Recipient of Commonwealth Professional Fellowship, 2 Fulbright Fellowships, and British Council Study Fellowship. He is an amazing personality, intellectual personality, and he spearheaded the launch of IT, consulting, business analytics, and many more, authoring more than 50 research papers, and served as the president of Chennai chapter of International Institute of Business Analysis and secretary of the Indian Society of Training and Development. I welcome you, sir, to please address the gathering for the 25th INCOFYRA.
Pranams to Guruji, the distinguished guest on the stage, the invited speakers and other participants. Good evening to all of you. I'm indeed very happy to be part of this. I'm also finding myself out of place in this conference because none of these topics relate to me. I'm trying to relate from today, at least I'll try to relate. First of all, here is an opportunity for me to visit and experience S-VYASA. I've been here in Bangalore for a few months and I was looking forward to an opportunity and to meet Guruji as well as meet the whole community here. I just went around the campus, met people, looked at their programs, activities, the laboratories and other infrastructure that this university has got. It's a great place. I look forward to come back and spend some time here as well. It's also about the conference. I'm indeed delighted. In my 30 years of academic and research experience, I've never seen a conference bringing multiple disciplines like this together. You have education, yoga, sports, medicine. There are so many fields coming together. And I'm sure that this conference will bring a lot of value to the nation as well as to the global population. And of course, specifically for India, we are now looking at India being one of the largest and fast-growing economy. and the youth, the current youth in 25 to 30 years, in the time to come, will have a bigger role to play, and they will be economically good, doing good jobs. But the National Education Policy 2020 talks about many of these aspects. And it talks about core skills, life skills, and social skills. The life skills predominantly talks about the physical fitness as the activities related to that, as well as the inner happiness, which is more along with yoga and meditation. And this particular conference is focusing on these two aspects, directly relates to life skills. I'm happy that you're doing a great conference and you have brought people from all over the world to see a big value. Thirdly, with the Guruji's blessings and the support of S-VYASA, we have done the accreditation program for yoga universities. We were the first one to do a process for accrediting yoga university, and we have accredited using the same manual and process to accredit S-VYASA University. We are really proud and happy about that. The next stage is to look at accrediting yoga programs around the world. And we are currently, with the Guruji's intervention, we are currently working on a methodology and manual for accrediting yoga programs. Not only the programs in India, but also programs around the world. And I'm sure that I will have an opportunity to some of these international colleagues who are here to take your inputs for such activity that we are doing. With these few words, I once again thank you for inviting me to S-VYASA and for the conference. I wish that conference goes very well, and there's a lot of learning, a lot of fun, and fellowship in the next 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I think the entire family of S-VYASA is very, very happy listening to these appreciations from the NAC director. It is like we have got an A++ for our INCOFYRA 24. Thank you, sir. We have with us another eminent personality, the only female seated on the dais. We have Ms. Eliza, the Executive Director of International Association of Yoga Therapists. She is before being the international executive director for IAYT, as it is well known, she also held other positions like executive director for the Integrative Health Policy Consortium, a national organization representing the collective voice of licensed practitioners of integrative medicine, including acupuncturists, naturopathy doctors, chiropractors, massage therapists, and certified professional midwives. This organization holds educational briefings on integrative medicine for the US Congress and supports legislation and policy change on a national level in favor of integrative medicine. Following that, she was executive director of the National Academic Collaborative of Integrative Health, a consortium for graduate schools educating and training practitioners of integrative healthcare. During that time, she led the collaborative to merge with the Academy of Integrative Health and Medicine, which was one of the leading fellowship programs for PhDs, MDs, and naturopathy doctors in integrative medicine. It's a privilege for us to have you with us, ma'am. We request you to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You can hear me okay? What a pleasure it is to be here and an honor to be on this stage with these esteemed leaders. And many thanks to Guruji, to Drs. Manjunath and to Dr. Nagendra, and to all of you for the opportunity to speak here. I'd like to, before I make a few more remarks, just share with you that I have a couple colleagues who are traveling representing the International Association of Yoga Therapists, and I'd like to just ask them to stand. These are both board members. With IAYT, we have Molly McManus, our president, and Sue Tebb, the vice president of our IAYT Board of Directors. And please, as we start with the conference. If you have questions about our International Membership Association, IOIT, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to network with you and share more about what we're doing worldwide. So let me speak just a few minutes about what IOIT does. As I noted, we're an international membership association of yoga professionals and yoga therapists. We accredit training programs the world over for yoga therapy and for those yoga professionals who are interested in becoming certified yoga therapists. We also, at the end of the training, certify those yoga therapists, and they then have a credential that is called CIAYT. And this is a specific type of training, 800 to 1,000 hours of training and sometimes more. And it culminates now with a certification exam. So as an emerging profession, what IOIT has been very busy doing for many years, and my predecessor, I think many of you know, John Kepner, I joined the organization 3 years ago on his retirement, but he was with the organization for 17 years and built a lot of the infrastructure with the board and others who have been very enthusiastic about growing this nascent profession for the good of the world and to reduce suffering. So the certification exam is now part of what we do with the certification process, and it's important measure of emerging professions and professionalizing the field and ensuring public safety. So IOIT is known for being the standard bearer of high standards and competencies, quality standards and competencies for those yoga professionals who want to pursue a career in yoga therapy. So this is my first time at S-VYASA. It's a real honor to be here. I've been here for 3 days with my colleagues, and we've enjoyed not only the pre-conference, but also an opportunity to tour the facilities here and meet many of the students and some of the faculty, and to see the impressive facilities. And we've in fact even had the opportunity to do some treatments in the naturopathic clinic for our own little aches and pains. And it's really been a pleasure to see how innovative S-VYASA is being and having this expansive approach to integrative healthcare. I will tell you, I'm based in California, the way that integrative medicine is approached in the United States is quite different. I'm sure many of you are aware of that, but really the innovation that's taking place here and also exemplified by this conference is light years away from where we are in the United States. I'd also like to say that the access that S-VYASA is providing to the community at large to come in and stay in the inpatient hospital, sometimes for weeks or months at a time, depending on their condition, is really remarkable. And you don't find anything like that in the United States unless you're willing to mortgage your house to be able to go. I mean, accessing care of this caliber in the United States is very, very expensive. I think it's very impressive that the inclusivity and the accessibility to care that's evident here at S-VYASA is an expression of love and caring for the community. So I also want to just speak for a couple minutes about why we are coming together for this conference about sports medicine. And the need for non-pharmacological approaches, and again, the innovation that's possible through a conference like this that's bringing together medical professionals as well as the faculty here to speak to how can that be deployed, how can innovation be expressed in this particular space with yoga therapy and the therapeutics of yoga at the core, plus all the integrative disciplines that S-VYASA trains students in and has practitioners working in integrative teams. So again, from reflecting on the United States, just a quick comment about the challenges that sports medicine facilities and doctors have in the United States with professional athletes or even youth athletes that are playing in high contact sports like American football or hockey or boxing for that matter. So data, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with this though, that in those high contact sports, because they have a high risk of concussion, that athletes that concuss, maybe even just once or twice, but usually it's based on some repetition, so multiple events of concussion, and then going back out on the field even and playing. Data is showing that those athletes are at a higher risk for first of all, traumatic brain injury, which leads to an early onset, in some cases, of dementia. And it's a tragic situation for those athletes and, of course, their families. So the non-pharmacological approach is desperately needed, and the innovative approach, accessible approach for youth athletes and professional athletes is even more important. And the ripple effect of athletes understanding mind-body medicine and how to deploy it for themselves will have a ripple effect for their families, for their communities in a very positive way. So we're just thrilled, my colleagues and I are thrilled to be here. We know we're going to learn a lot. And we look forward to networking with you, and thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. It was indeed a pleasure for us to have you here as a brand ambassador for integrative medicine. Next, we have with us a very eminent person, Mr. Chandu Bode, a former Indian cricketer. I don't know how many of you would be knowing him because he is looked upon as an inspiration, a guide and mentor for the current cricket players. I think even for your parents, nostalgic cricket players of those times. He had been playing for India from a period of 1958 to 1970 when many of us were not born. And following his retirement, he became a cricket administrator and twice served as India's chairman of selectors. In fact, he was one of the selectors who picked the 14-member team that won the 1983 World Cup in England. That is a great achievement, and we are very privileged to have you with us, sir. And in this period, he had played close to 55 test matches, and I should add, he had scored 1,604 first-class runs in 1964 to 65, making that the Indian record for a season, not for 1 year, 2 year, 10 years, it for a period of 50 years. That record was not broken. And he is a person awarded with many of the prestigious awards of our country. To name few, Arjuna Award in 1966, Padma Shri in 1969, Padma Bhushan, the India's third highest civilian award in 2002, and C.K. Naidu Lifetime Achievement Award awarded by the BCCI. We are very, very honored and privileged to have you with us, sir, and we request you to please address the gathering on this 25th INCOFYRA. Let's give him a big, big round of applause. Having him with us is in fact a blessing.
This is what I learned today, this morning, when I came here. Dr. Nagendra, dignitaries on the dais, invitees, students, ladies and gentlemen. This is indeed a great honor given to me by the Vyasa University, yes, Vyasa University. Sir, thank you very much for the same. This came as a pleasant surprise because Dr. Nagendra was in Pune, staying next door where I'm staying with Dr. Jadhav. And early in the morning, while I was having tea and reading the paper, they said that Dr. Nagendra wants to meet you. Come on, come on, come on. So I went there, and there the gentleman was there and talking to me. And I got to know that he was a very good off spinner. And he clean bowled me, really. Let me tell you, by inviting me here, sir. Thank you very, very much. Sir, you have given me 5 minutes to speak. But in present day cricket, let me tell you, I cannot last for 2 minutes because it's such a different game altogether. The speed and everything is so fast. Anyway, I'm very, very happy and glad to know that you will be joining cricket with your help. The cricket, as it is, has taken a great uh, step towards the international cricket, but it will help the players also in a great way. And let me tell you frankly, I wish it was there during our time, because let me tell you, I played for India and got injured. I had a shoulder problem. And then there was no, there was a treatment that they used to give me injection, and then after the effect of that injection, again that injury was continued. But it wasn't cured. But with your new technique, I am sure yoga will play a great, great part in not only cricket, but in all sports. And I wish this organization a grand success. And thank you very much for giving me this honor, sir. Felicitated me, and lifetime award it is something to come at this age. I am just a young man, 90 years old. That's all. And my exercises are just free hand exercise and 3 kilometers walk. That's all. But I couldn't cure that injury. But with this new your technique, I'm sure all the athletes will be grateful to you. And I wish this organization a grand success. It will be a wonderful thing for the new generation. And they will be able to face the enormous speed that is coming into the game. And athletes, day by day, they are breaking new records. So this is quite a fantastic thing you are going to introduce. And I wish really it was there during my time. Sir, I shall try my best to tell the Cricket Control Board people about this yoga therapy, and this will be, I think, they will certainly consider this part, and I am sure many cricketers will be benefited. Another thing, while going around this campus, and what I heard, yoga can do so many things in different, not only sport, but in other factors. I was amazed. And sir, let me tell you very frankly, I am planning to come back again here. If you invite me again, or not only invite, but I will come on my own. Don't worry. Thank you very much, sir, for asking me to come. And I'm sure that all of you who are here and those who are going to take part in the conference will think about this therapy can cure the injuries that takes such a long time in a short time. If you can do that, I can think about it, introducing something new. That will be a great help. Sir, thank you very much for asking me to come over here and bat for 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for including a lot of sense of humor and inspiring us. From the entire family of S-VYASA, we wish you long life and to hit centuries and more in your life as well. We are very privileged to have you here, sir. Now we move on to the launching of Yogic Kids International by our chief guest for today. We have a video to be launched. We will have the video launched and we'll have the team from Yogic Kids International to please come up on the stage.
It's a privilege to commemorate the launch of the transformative World of Yogic Kids International, proudly enriched by an invaluable technical knowledge partnership with S-VYASA University, Bangalore, and guided by its leadership team. Our integrated yoga modules synergize the timeless wisdom with cutting-edge scientific research. The rigorously developed curriculum is designed to mitigate a range of issues including gadget addiction, deficit in focus and physical agility, compromised immunity, laziness, anger tantrums, and a weakening of parent-child bonds. With a vision to impact lives, we are gearing up to launch our program across parts of the US, the UK, and Pan-India. We aspire to empower the younger generation, contribute to their development into well-rounded individuals ready for the challenges and opportunities ahead. Our age-appropriate and impact-seeking program design allows us to address the unique developmental needs and challenges of each age group, transcending physical well-being to cultivating emotional and holistic growth. Connect with our passionate instructors, inspired by the invaluable teachings by faculty both online and offline orientation at S-VYASA University. Elevate your child's childhood with Yogic Kids, where every moment is not just a step forward, but a step rooted in humane tradition and guided by wisdom. Join us as we embark on this transformative journey, dedicated to nurturing and unlocking the vast potential of our children and youth.
A wonderful venture, and we are very happy to be collaborating with Yogic Kids International. Starting from childhood always marks a place in the entire life of a human being. Thank you, Yogic Kids International team, for this venture. Moving on to the next event of today, we have the release of the conference souvenir. In commemoration with the Silver Jubilee of INCOFYRA, we are delighted to announce the release of our special souvenir, a testament and camaraderie that have enriched this international conference. I request our chief guest to please release our souvenir, INCOFYRA 2024. This souvenir would encapsulate the spirit of our conference, serving as a keepsake for all who have contributed to its success. Congratulations for the team who were involved in the making of this souvenir. Thank you, dignitaries. Now we have the chief guest address for today. Chief guest need not have any introduction per se because he is well known to the whole country. He is the founder. He is the president of Indian Council for Cultural Relations, and he was a member of the parliament and represent the state of Maharashtra in the Rajya Sabha from 2016 to 2022. Let us give him a big round of applause. He's just not only that, to add on, he's a very nice author, authored many, many books.
A very good evening to all of you. Our very respected Guruji, Dr. Nagendra ji, Vice Chancellor, ever enthusiastic Dr. B.R. Ramakrishna ji, another very talented person who has been giving leadership to this organization, Dr. Manjunath N.K., Pro Vice Chancellor Ji, other dignitaries on the dais, and especially the youngest of them all, Chandu Borde Ji, who comes from Maharashtra as well. Dignitaries from different countries who have gathered over here. The Director of NAC, Dr. Ganesh Kannabiran. Also, our Srinivas Murthy ji, who is the Indian basketball coach. Many senior personalities in the academia and yogic sciences, including our revered Nagaratna ji and others, and friends. For me, visiting S-VYASA is like a pilgrimage. Whenever Dr. Nagendra ji, our Guru ji, requests me, for me it's an order. And therefore, I immediately make it over there. I come from Maharashtra, and in Marathi, there is a saying which goes like, Kashi sajave, nitya vadave. That means that visiting Kashi, I mean, keep on saying that I'll visit Kashi. Likewise, I keep on saying that I will go to S-VYASA. And it's like Bulawa aaya hai, and therefore, whenever Dr. Saab wants me over here, I take it as a great honor and grab the opportunity to be here amongst all of you. So let me start by thanking the S-VYASA University for having me here and bestowing this honor on me. When I look back to the several decades that this organization had spent on creating an understanding of yogic sciences, not only in India, but all over the world. I'm not saying spreading awareness that many people are doing, but S-VYASA has been essentially engaged in creating deeper understanding about the holistic nature of yogic science. And that is a very remarkable contribution of this great institution. I think with the establishment of International Day of Yoga almost 9 years before, yoga has acquired a unique universal dimension, no doubt. But within India, if the credit for demystification of yogic science, converting it into a people science, is to be given to anybody, I would say that it goes to the S-VYASA and especially Dr. Nagendra ji and his entire team. So let me again salute all those who are behind the building of this great institution, which is very unique in the entire world, I would say. When I look at yoga as a science, I believe here is a science which in a way defeats the established binary of social science and pure science. Because yoga is combined. You cannot just say that it's a pure science because it has a sociology of its own. But then that also makes me believe that the way the Western world has been looking at various scientific streams and dividing them into two different sets of sciences itself requires to be challenged. Because even chemistry has a sociology of it. Today we are struggling with all the modern technologies, including artificial intelligence and so on and so, so many technologies. I think they have a necessary sociological effect, and you just cannot confine them as pure technology or pure science. The division, I think, is getting blurred by every passing day. And therefore, the holistic approach towards yogic sciences, which I believe is unique in the sense that it is one of the most minimalist health science. And where I was going through the content of this 25th INCOFYRA and what all is going to be discussed. And as the title suggests, that this is a conference on frontiers in yoga research and its application, which is very, very important, no doubt. But I believe when we talk of application, naturally we are taking the pure scientific research to the people, connecting it to their day-to-day lives, which is very important, no doubt about it. But then, the more popular a discipline becomes, chances are that the research quotient may get diluted. And therefore, that balancing, I believe, is extremely important. For example, in India, we have Indian classical music and Indian classical dances. They have a science in their own way. I mean, they have evolved as a science, in fact. Our mudras are very scientific. They are not just entertainment. Likewise, the Indian classical music as well. But the moment Indian classical music or varieties of Indian music became popular, the purity in a way gets affected. And therefore, this balancing is very important. I call that it should be scopular, scholarly yet popular. And that, I believe, is a big challenge for all such sciences, which certainly want to evolve as an applied science, and which is the most welcome thing I would suggest. I would also reflect upon the fact, and I had once, while speaking in the parliament, mentioned it, because S-VYASA is not just about yoga, but Ayurveda as well. But unfortunately, in our country, maybe the impact of colonialism or whatever, I can't decipher what it is. But we are, and in the government corridors as well, referring to allopathy as modern science, as if Ayurveda is non-modern. I mean, it's a very judgmental title that we are giving to our allopathy, which I believe perhaps we require to have a second thought about. Ayurveda is equally modern, and allopathy also has its own tradition. And therefore, I believe, let us do away with these binaries as well. The subject matter of this 25th International Conference is also about sports medicine. But I was wondering that any other medical institution dealing with sports medicine and S-VYASA dealing with sports medicine, what is the important qualitative difference? How do we distinguish between the approach of other medical universities and the S-VYASA? I believe here, and I'm sure the organizers have taken care of it, sports medicine also comes with sports philosophy. Because in India, and why India? Everywhere, when we talk about sports, we also talk about sporting spirit. And sporting spirit is something which is at the core of any sport activity. It is not just about medals and rankings and, who has secured what and all those things. They are important, no doubt about it. But basically, if sporting spirit is important, perhaps more than anything else, then we also have to take care of what I call as sporting philosophy or the sports philosophy. I believe that in the modern days, neither ideology, nor politics, nor economics or security issues are impacting upon human lives. But the more threatening is the lifestyle. And therefore, I was discussing with the Vice Chancellor and others that perhaps it is high time that S-VYASA can also think about starting a postgraduate program on Indic way of life. Because it is the way of life that is going to take us closer to our philosophy, our Ayurveda, our yoga, in fact, all our traditional Indian knowledges. And therefore, maybe such a course being offered to the international community, where in in many parts of the globe, people are groping in the dark as to how do they make their lives more purposeful, more meaningful. And for that, I think nothing else than yoga can certainly rush to the help of the humanity. And therefore, it's my humble suggestion that we should be thinking about a school of Indic way of life and a postgraduate program in Indic way of life. I'm sure globally, such kind of activities will definitely be getting a huge response, and S-VYASA then perhaps can start a new chapter, because globally, the communities in different countries, different continents are looking at India as a problem solver, not a problem creator. And if we have to solve the problems emerging out of the modern lifestyle, the breaking of family as an institution, excessive individualism, which is impacting upon our collective spirit, then the philosophical base and the practical approach, which is combined in our Indic way of life, requires to be underscored and brought to the notice of the global community. Once again, I thank the organizers for having me over here, and I wish this 25th International Conference every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We would definitely take your suggestions forward, and you as a support for us, it would never become a dream. It would surely become a dream come true. And it's also an honor for us to have you here and you considering S-VYASA as your second home. Thank you so much, sir. We have with us our Vice Chancellor, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, our Chancellor of the University, We fondly call him Guruji. We address him as that. The entire campus address him as Guruji. He is a visionary with personified simplicity but sophisticated intellect. He is a scientist from NASA with a mission of transforming one of the Shat Darshanas to science, much beyond anybody's imagination. But yes, it is reality, and that is what all of you witness all around Prashanti Kutiram here. The entire vision, this INCOFYRA, these ideologies are all from this visionary, and we welcome Dr. H.R. Nagendra, the Chancellor of this university, to deliver the presidential address.
Namaskar. What a delight it is to have the galaxy of such people. In my times, we always used to adore Chandubai for cricket, just like today, people adore Virat Kohli. And the speciality is, he was not only a batsman, but also a great spinner. That is the speciality. 90-year young, Chanduji, we are so delighted to have you with us today. And Erkin Beck, he is a great personality. When I met him, I was amazed how he can take the mind to such deep levels of super consciousness. In minutes, he goes and his heart stops. Can you believe? And he can show that. And Dr. Manjunath has been able to matter. And this dimension has to be brought forth to the world at large. Rightly, he has thought of his excellent meditation league that he is planning for this purpose. And we have experts from basketball who have transformed the lives of great people and developed athletes. And now you have a greater role to play to bring gold to Olympics in basketball as well. And we are so happy that you are here for that purpose. And our NAC director, I have been telling that we should take the accreditation process to the world at large, where IIT has spread the wings of yoga therapy, whole United States and even the world. And while we appreciate your great effort that you have been doing for years, the accreditation process will also be initiated so that we will have the right approach of yoga to the people at large and harmless yoga therapy dimension to be incorporated for the people at large. And thanks for our NAC director who has joined us for this thing.
And Vinayji, yes, we have to bring this dimension. And in fact, the yoga way of life has been brought forth in all our courses, including yoga instructor course, the month-long program that we have in this thing. And thanks to you, the ITech YIC, which has been coming here, it is exposing this way of life to the people at large from various countries. Many of you may appreciate how our Vinayji has been able to bring people from nearly 120 countries to this campus by systematic approach for YAC to be incorporated to them, to give them yoga as a way of life. And this has to be furthered into our BSc program and MSc program, which all we have been doing continuously. And as you said, we want to have School of Indic Studies. We have called this Yoga School, School of Yogic Studies, in which we are going to take this further. And Swami Vivekananda said you have to combine the best of the East with the best of the West. So as you rightly said, evidence-based is most necessary when we want to take it to the international level. And that has been our specialty here for almost 4 decades, while we have produced nearly 1,000 research papers. And it is time that the applications of yoga to various aspects of life, including sports, is coming up in a big way. Our Honorable Prime Minister said we should bring the sport to the greater heights. Always I was feeling so bad that such a big country like India, with all talents of the youngsters, we hardly had a gold or a silver in the Olympics. Thanks to his appreciation and continuous training, 140 medals in the few months has come up, and this has to be further developed. So he has set up many, many training centers in the country to train youngsters right from childhood almost, to see that they grow. And he said, in one of the big training centers in Gujarat, we went there, that we should bring the yoga dimension. Not just the modern approach. Yes, modern approach we have to take. Along with that, you must have the Eastern wisdom base. The yoga dimension should be brought. And immediately our Dr. Manjunath was called there. And we have started the research wing in the fine institution that has been set up in Gujarat. And we are going to start this in various other places as well. And this conference is going to bring the evidence base, the work that is going on today around the globe. And we have such masters who have been working on this sports medicine for many years. And they have all come here to exchange notes, to see what is happening today and how we have to take it further. And how we can bring this integration by bringing the dimensions of yoga and dimensions of Ayurveda and Ayush system to see that we deal with sports medicine and rehabilitation more effectively and quickly. 3 dimensions. Number 1, how our athletes using this Ayush dimension can grow faster and grow to greater heights. Number 2, how to prevent possible injuries in sports medicine. And third, when they get injured, how to come back fast. It should not be just only physio to see that they come back, but they should bring in the dimensions of yoga, then acupuncture, the naturopathy, and many others. And we have to develop innovative ways by which we'll be able to do that thing. Therefore, this conference was thought of, and we are very, very happy that we have a galaxy of great researchers who have been doing research in this field of sports medicine and rehabilitation from all parts of the world. And we'll be having fascinating interactions, discussions, to see that at the end of this conference, we come out with concrete measures to see how best we can integrate all systems to develop our athletes on one side, and how we can prevent injuries and how we can deal with injuries when they get into this thing. That's the objective of this conference, which has been so nicely brought out by our Dr. Manjunath, who has been at the base of thinking about this thing and bringing top people from different parts of the country and the world. And rightly, our Vice Chancellor has been able to help and give support for this wonderful conference. And I place on record the wonderful work that entire team has been working over the last year almost. And Dr. Dayanand Swami, as the finance director has been able to bring wonderful growth of this institution, and you can see the nice sports ground that is coming up. Fine, and then we are going to have wonderful cultural program also in the sports. Thank you very much for the presence of all of you and all the top researchers and presenters who have come and the delegates from different parts of the country. Namaskar.
Thank you, Guruji. Your words are always inspiration to all these youngsters. As we draw the curtains on this momentous gathering, it's my privilege to welcome Professor S. Shivasankarasai, the Registrar of S-VYASA, also the person who's been instrumental in having all these events done so meticulously, to propose the vote of thanks. At the same time, we also would be having felicitation of our guests for today.
Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Thank you, Revered Chancellor, our beloved Guruji. He has completed what I wanted to do of thanking all the dignitaries on the stage. We take this opportunity to thank our honored chief guest, you mentioned scriptural, sir, scholarly as well as popular. You have made the Bharatiya culture a scriptural thing for the world itself, both scholarly, giving the guidance to everyone. Thank you very much for taking time off to come and then give your valuable message to us. We also thank our guest of honor, Dr. Ganeshan Kannabiran, the director of NAC. We are honored, sir, for your presence here, and thank you for the suggestions which you have given. Definitely, as A-grade institution, we will definitely implement them. We thank Shri Srinivasa Murthy, sir, the Indian basketball coach, Shri Srinivasa Murthy, sir. We have heard the yeoman service which he is doing for our players. Thank you very much for being part of this 25th INCOFYRA edition, sir, where the sports is the main theme of the conference. Then we also thank Mr. Erkin Beck, again, the founder president of All Here Organization Switzerland, and then giving us the beautiful idea about the meditation, how to popularize this meditation and establishing different meditation centers. Thank you very much, Mr. Eric. We also thank the youngest, the most revered Shri Chandu Bodaji for also the lifetime achievement. The S-VYASA is honored to give you this lifetime achievement award, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable advice to all these youngsters. We are honored to give you this lifetime achievement award. We also thank our Miss Elisa, who is the Executive Director of International Association of Yoga Therapy. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving that brief overview about your activities, and your collaboration with S-VYASA would be greatly appreciated. Of course, it does not stop here. We have so many people who are working behind the scenes. I also take time to thank the yogic kids, the two people who are behind the scenes who are making this happen, and then they have a great vision with the association of S-VYASA to popularize yoga even to the youngsters all over the world. Thank you very much. We also have so many guests and then our well-wishers who have been working tirelessly to make this conference a success. And then we are really short of words in expressing our gratitude to all of them. Since time does not permit, but I would definitely take time to mention the staff and the students of S-VYASA and also the Sushruta Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, who have tirelessly worked for almost 2 months to make this conference come into existence. I really wholeheartedly thank all of them, the staff, the students, the non-teaching staff, and all the other staff members who tirelessly worked day in and day out to make this conference to come into existence. Not but the least, the students and all the delegates who are attending, and also the speakers who have taken time off to come and then share your knowledge and also the research experience with all of us. We really thank from the bottom of our hearts for your presence here, and hopefully we will have a very fruitful 3 days ahead. I take this opportunity once again to thank all the people who are behind the scenes, as I said, S-VYASA fraternity, and also all the staff who are working behind the scenes for making this conference. And then we will end with after the national anthem. I will leave it to the MC to take over. Thank you all once again. Jai
Thank
Bharat.
you, sir. Thank you so much for the words of gratitude. A wonderful journey of wisdom, 25th INCOFYRA well begun, and an auspicious inauguration well concluded. Thank you, dignitaries and the participants, for making our journey memorable, treasurable, and cherishable. Before we move on to the national anthem, 2 announcements. Post-national anthem, we all would be moving to the sports ground for the inauguration of exhibition stalls and mela, along with our dignitaries. And post that, we would be having the musical concert, which is really an opportunity worth waiting, by Pandit Rakesh Chaurashya ji and Pandit Satyajit Talwarkar ji. Please join for that musical treat as well. And to get the details of the forthcoming schedules and to read the souvenir online, you can scan the QR code given in your ID card. Please note, there is a QR code on the ID card for the delegates. You can scan the code for reading the souvenir as well as to know about the schedule. Thank you all once again. Now let's all raise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे